I beg your pardon.
Sorry, it was my fault. I wasn't looking where I was going.
No, it was my fault. I'm lost. Can't find my way out to the bus.
Oh, you want the main gate?
Well, I guess so.
Well, you're walking away from it. I'll show you where it is.
Well, that's very kind, Miss, Meadows?
Yes.
Your mother and father?
My parents died when I was 5.
Oh, then you must have missed them all the more.
Yes. Who were you?
My brother. He was killed in an air crash about 2 years ago. Jet bomber.
I'm sorry. Well, are you in the Air Force?
No, Merchant Marine. I haven't been back to England since it happened. We docked in Liverpool yesterday. Back on board tomorrow morning if I don't miss the midnight train. But I'll have a look around London first.
Well, if you're going back to London, we should be on the same bus.
Well, good. About 3 years ago, I got lost and spent the whole afternoon trying. Oh. Say, I hope you don't think that...
Well?
Would you be very mad if I asked you to show me around London?
I wouldn't, but my boss would.
Oh? Who's your boss?
Kingsley Beecham. He's a couturier. We sell model gowns.
Oh, are you a model?
No, I'm not, but my sister is. We share a flat together. I'm a fashion designer.
Well, you must know most of the models. I mean, where they work and so on.
Well, I'm not really a fashion designer. I'm a fashion designer's assistant, you know, papers and pencils. And actually, we were working till midnight. That's why I was able to come here this morning.
Well, look, maybe you could help me find somebody. I'm looking for someone by the name of Diane Lee. She's a model.
Oh, she's the model.
Oh? You know her?
Well, she wouldn't know me, but I shall be seeing her this afternoon.
Well, say, that's great. She works at your place, huh?
On very special occasions.
Oh, is this one?
This is the occasion. It's our summer show.
Oh, is that so? Say, what kind of a girl is this Diane Lee?
Well?
No. Let's not be silly.
No, what's wrong?
Diane, my sweet, no one can wear clothes so beautifully, so don't disappoint. You know how to wear diamonds, doesn't she, Turtle?
I'm a model, not a Christmas tree.
Diane, those are real diamonds. They're worth a fortune.
So I wear some through my nose. Kingsley, darling, I was in this business before you started.
Long before.
They're at it again.
Oh, keep still, Annabelle. Oh, hurry up. I'm going through to see that American of yours. Hey, his lips undone. Oh. And he's not my American. I told you I brought him here to talk to Diane Lee.
Talk to Diane?
Yes, she was engaged to his brother.
What does he want to do? Step into his brother's shoes?
Shoes? Oh, excuse me. His brother's dead, Annabelle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
You haven't fallen for him, have you?
Oh, don't talk such nonsense.
Well, it's not like you to go and get yourself hitched up on a date like that. Where are we going tonight?
I don't know. We haven't made any definite plans.
We'd have better be definite. I've asked George to come with us. Anyway, I think you need a little chaperoning.
David's not like that.
I wasn't worried about your American. I was thinking of George.
Keep on thinking. They all love me, you know.
Sally?
Yes.
Do you mind sitting with me?
Yes, of course.
Has your American got a friend? I wish you'd let me in on this.
Wrong back with us.
Oh, Miss Diane Lee?
Oh, no, I'm Annabelle. I hear we're having a party.
We are? Oh, yes, we are. Well, I'm glad you can come along, Miss Annabelle.
Miss Annabelle. Isn't he gorgeous? What's your name?
David Martins, with an E.
David. Well, you and George will get on like a house on fire.
I'm sure we will. Who's George?
Oh, George is a photographer. If you're seeing Diane Lee, you'll be meeting him. He's taking pictures of her.
I'm waiting to see Miss Lee. Would you mind telling her to get a move on?
I'll tell her there are 2 gentlemen waiting to see her. She'll like that.
Thanks.
I don't know who you are, young man, but take my advice. Forget about Diane Lee.
I don't even know her. She was engaged to my brother.
Well, she's engaged to me now.
Oh? Well, congratulations.
She's a bit of a handful, but I know how to manage them.
We haven't got all night, George. Next, please. What is her name?
Annabelle.
Annabelle. Full length this time.
2 men waiting to see you.
Just a minute, miss. We can't let you go out wearing £60,000 worth of diamonds, can we?
Well, I'm only going to the lobby.
No one's suggesting you're going to pawn them, darling, but they may be snatched. You can see your friends in here. Do come in.
Diane Lee?
Yes?
Diane.
Freddie, dear, I'm so sorry, but I'm afraid tea's quite out of the question. We're only halfway through the photocall.
How about dinner?
That will be splendid.
We'll go to the Jamaica. I'll pick you up. 8 o'clock?
Wonderful.
Miss Lee, I'd like a word with you. Privately.
Who wouldn't?
You see, about 2 years ago, my brother was...
You must be David. David Martins, Jack's brother.
That's right. We'd about given you up for lost. Didn't you receive any of my mother's letters?
This okay, George?
Marvelous.
Your boyfriend's a fast worker.
You know the Jamaica?
No, but I can find it.
Oh, it's only just around the corner. I shall be there from 8:30 onwards.
Good. I'll try to be there between...
Diane. I'm frightfully sorry to break it up, but Diane's wearing a small fortune, and our friend here won't be happy until he's got it locked up in the safe.
Can I have one with a stall again, please?
Oh, yes.
Well, hi. Say, are you always this busy?
I told you it was a very special occasion.
Oh, yeah. How did it go?
Well, the ladies of the press seem to like it.
What they say and what they write are two different things, my child.
Who's that?
That is Kingsley Beecham's ghost. Her name is Madame Dupont. She designs the clothes, she keeps the books, and she bullies the models. Kingsley Beecham takes the credit.
Nice work if you can get it. I hear we're having a party tonight.
Oh. Oh, we are? Oh, we are. Well, I better draw you a map of how to get to the flat, then.
They're all there, Mr. Bullock. Thank you.
And now there's just a matter of the receipt, Mr. Beecham.
What's the combination, Kingsley, darling?
We don't have a combination, Mr. Bullock, do we? We have a key. What is more, after his day's labors, Mr. Bullock puts the key in his pocket and takes it home to Surbiton.
What, your key?
Certainly, until the Duchess gets her jewels back.
Here we are, sir.
Thank you.
It's a great pity we cannot put the gold dress in the safe.
It won't come to any harm in the model's room.
If you do not leave it in a heap on the floor.
Would you rather I took it off in here?
Diane, you model clothes very well, but...
I'm sorry, Madame Dupont.
And please be extra careful with the dress. Remember, you have to wear it the day after tomorrow in Amsterdam.
Oh, you have chartered that airplane.
Oh, Kingsley.
Dear man, you're always so efficient. Sure you won't change your mind and come with us?
And if I did, who would look after the business? Miss Meadows or the commissionaire?
Now, that's where the flat is. Do you think you can find it?
With a chart like this, how can I miss?
Well, don't be late.
I'll be there about 8. That's for sure. Bye.
Bye.
Ever seen an American before?
Oh, do hurry, Annabelle. David will be here any minute.
Don't panic. I'll do the clearing up. If you start entertaining your boyfriend half-dressed, he'll start behaving like George.
Oh, the zipper's gone. Oh. Oh, and there's the doorbell.
Oh, let Barnacle Bill wait for a moment. What is he, anyway?
He's a first officer. Oh, I think they call them executive officers.
I must say I'd rather go for him.
I wish you'd go for the doorbell.
Oh. Come in.
Thank you. It's party time.
Welcome, First Executive Officer Martins.
Well, that's very impressive. You know what that means? First mate. Oh, am I too early?
Oh, of course not.
No, may I come aboard, ma'am?
Certainly. Executive Officer Martins.
Hello, David. You made it.
Yes. Good evening.
Oh, Annabelle, the drinks. Oh. Try it.
Thank you.
Cheers. Good?
Madam, this is a dry martini. Very nice apartment you have here.
Well, I'm glad you like it. We did all the decorating and the painting, everything ourselves.
I did the ceiling. My hair was white for days. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ah,
Hi.
Well, better late than never. Hmm? Oh, well, they don't do this for me. I have to bring my own. Cheers.
Oh, George, you don't know David Martin, Steve.
How are you?
How do you do?
Well, where do we go?
Oh, I've reserved a table at a place called the Jamaica. You know it?
Well, the whole rag trade knows it. They practically live there.
Oh, no, we don't. We don't earn enough to be able to go there.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the Jamaica. I thought you might have preferred something a little more intimate, that's all.
I've never known it cramp your style.
How do you know about the Jamaica, David?
Diane Lee.
So that's the attraction.
Soft as silk, light as gossamer, with a colour like golden corn. And the beauty of it is, when it comes out of those dye vats, you've eliminated the extrusion process, the combing, the anti-shrinking process.
Darling, how absolutely fascinating, but I must go and telephone.
But you've just come back from the phone.
I want to ring Kingsley Beecham's office and make sure he isn't there. Oh, it's this dress. I'm not supposed to be wearing it.
Don't worry about that dress. I'll buy it for you.
That is not the point. It's a model dress. It's supposed to be under lock and key.
Well, we'll take it back later on.
Yes, provided he isn't there. I know Kingsley. He's often at the office in the evening.
You know all about his night habits, do you, love?
Look, if I don't get this dress back in time, he'll never get me another job.
He mightn't be in a position to give anybody another job. I know a thing or two about Mr. Beecham's financial affairs. The trouble with fellas like that is they can't adjust themselves to changing conditions. Now, take me. When half the trade was still on the anti-shrinking process, I was...
You have a table for me. The name is Martin's.
Certainly, sir. This way.
Thank you.
Hello, so you made it.
Nice to see you again, Miss Lee. Good evening.
Won't you join us for a moment?
No, thanks. I've just come in.
Oh, well, I'll see you later.
Fine.
Funny thing about Americans, when it comes to really large-scale operations, I grant you we can't touch them.
You know, Diane really knows how to wear clothes.
Is that the dress she had on this afternoon?
That's the dress.
Publicity, huh?
Not before the press show.
If Madame Dupont knew about it, she'd have kittens.
Closely followed by Mr. Kingsley Beecham.
May was fair, June was bad, August was worse, and then on top of it all, the spring collection. Disaster. 5,000 on the wrong side. The figures speak for themselves.
Do they? Account books mean nothing to me.
That may be, but you are not colorblind. You can see we are in the red.
Madeline, what would I do without you? Why don't we raise your salary?
Raise it? You cannot even pay it now. How can you be so irresponsible? Look, this is your last trip to Rome. 10 days at the Excelsior, 1 million lira. And for what?
What was that noise?
I walked into a chair.
No, some people have got no idea. I don't know why I got mixed up with a bunch of amateurs.
How long's it going to take?
I don't know. This is a pretty old-fashioned job.
Don't start making difficulties now.
I'm not making difficulties. Just sizing up the job.
Well, how long?
A couple of hours, maybe.
A couple of hours?
Look, if you want it done any quicker, why don't you borrow your governor's keys? I don't like the smell of this job anyway.
You want the money, don't you? If you don't want this...
Look, get out of the way, will you? I can't stand people hanging around jump me while I'm grafting. Go downstairs and keep your eyes skinned. If you see a copper, take the phone off the hook, and I'll hear it tinkle up here. Give it another one when he's gone.
All right.
George isn't a bad guy at all, is he?
No, he's not as fresh as he pretends to be, and don't you believe everything that Annabelle tells you.
That gal really enjoys herself.
You like her?
I like you.
Have you many friends in London?
Nope. Oh, I'm essentially a shipboard sailor, I guess. You know, attached to the job. I have a feeling you've got your ambitions, too. Hold pretty tight to them.
I hold tight to what I want. But you came to London for something, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a chore. Kind of a family chore.
Good evening, my dear. Haven't I seen you at Kingsley Beecham's?
Oh, yes, I work there.
You don't model.
No, I draw the patterns, you know, the paper and pencil department.
Ah, backroom girl. Well, well, did you hear that, Freddie? You two should get together. Freddie's a backroom boy, too, but in a big way. Mm-hmm. He'd love to dance with you, wouldn't you, Freddie?
But Diane.
Now, don't be bashful, Freddie. You're not the type.
Really, Diane. You must excuse my friend, Miss,
Meadows.
Meanwhile, I'll have the next one with this quiet American, if I may.
Oh, sure. Excuse me, Sally. I'll just be a minute.
That's a good boy.
Do you want to dance, Miss Fields?
Meadows.
All right, Meadows. Do you?
Well, no, if you don't mind.
Well, in that case, do you mind if I sit down?
Of course not.
Just for a little company. She's an odd one, that girl, Diane Lee. You know her, don't you?
Well, yes, I see her at Kingsley Beecham.
Ah, he's an odd one, too. Oh, I admit he's made a bit of a name for himself. At last.
It's okay, he's gone.
Yes, I know, yes. So is his blasted drill.
What do you mean?
You didn't give me much warning, did you?
Well, I didn't see him till it was on the doorstep. What do you mean the drill's gone?
They had to switch it off so sudden it broke inside. Must have been red hot.
Now what are you going to do?
Well, drill another hole. We've got plenty of drills. Oh, the rubbish they sell you these days. Taking money under false pretenses.
We're going to be here all night. Here. Can't you dig it out with this?
What's that for? Getting stones out of horses' hooves?
Very funny. I got pinorias back with it at 10 paces.
Do you mind putting it away? Makes me a bit nervous.
Well, let's get on with it, shall we?
Hey, listen. How comes a roughneck like you gets a job with Kingsley what's-his-name?
I did him a favour once.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Well, let's have a drink.
I don't drink on the job. I told you, right, amateurs?
I'm sorry I didn't write to you, Mother, but, oh, well, you know how it is.
Sure.
I'm afraid I'm rather a thoughtless person. I should have realized what this meant to your family. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, I hope you don't mind. I happened to see this in Bond Street this afternoon.
Oh, but there's no need for that.
Well, I figured you'd like some sort of a keepsake.
But it's beautiful.
I think Jack would have liked it this way.
Oh, thank you. That was very, very sweet of you. I really appreciate it.
Oh, come on, Diane. You're keeping this young fellow away from his girl. She's getting anxious. Settle your affairs tomorrow.
Au revoir, Mr. Martins. When there is more
We're
time...
not taking proper advantage of the amenities of this place. I paid to dine and dance here.
I must get this dress
Oh,
back.
come on. We've been into all that. I'm badly in need of a bit of relaxation with all this new business coming up.
Are you going to take me back?
Take you back?
To the showrooms.
Don't be daft. For one thing, how are you going to get in? Are you going to leave the dress on the doorstep?
I happen to have a key.
By courtesy of Mr. Kingsley Beecham, I suppose. Well, I'm staying here and you're stopping with me.
Please yourself. I'll be on my way.
Well, it won't be with me.
Hello, Diane.
Well, that's a nice little number you're wearing.
Yes, isn't it? By the way, Tessa.
Yes, darling?
You didn't see me tonight.
Of course not, darling. I never breathe a word.
Thanks. Good night.
She was in a hurry.
Too much of a hurry for my liking. Well, lass, how about a dance?
Me? Oh, Mr. Ramsbottom, you want to dance with me?
You'll do. Call me Freddie.
But weren't you with Diane?
I was, but now she's with that dress in a hurry to get it back or something. I don't want to know.
Oh, just a minute, Freddie. I think there's one person who'd like to know. Very much.
Oh.
You've been working too hard. You must get some sleep.
You expect me to sleep? You may sleep. You are without conscience. I shall lie all night awake wondering how you can spend even more money than we make.
I have some excellent sleeping pills.
And if I do go to sleep, I shall dream all night about the money we owe.
We've been in far worse jams.
Never so bad as this.
Never mind. We'll find a way out. Good night, darling.
Good night.
Darling. No, Tessa, that's all right. It is Tessa, isn't it? Now, what can I do for you? Gold dress.
Oh, she was wearing it all right. She flew out of here when she saw me. I think she's going back to the showroom to take it off. I wouldn't have said anything about it, but... Hello?
How much more of this telephoning and tete-a-tete business in my pleasure hours?
Oh, it's all over now, Freddie. Oh, no one appreciates me, and I like being appreciated. Buy me some champagne.
Come on, then. Here, wait a minute. It's not early closing. You're all stopping with me. We're all going to get absolutely...
No, if you don't mind, we're bound for greener pastures.
Well, what's the matter with everybody? Come on, let's have a party. Everything's on me.
Sorry, my old chum, but we must be off. I'm sorry, Tessa.
Why the hurry?
Better things to do.
George, we've had a very busy day.
Oh, you're coming with us, David. Where can we drop you?
No, thanks. I have a room at the Westbury.
Well, I'll take you there.
I'll walk. I like that English habit.
Fine, I'll get the car. Coming, Annabelle? Bye.
Goodbye.
You sure we can't drop you, David?
Well, the Westbury's not very far, is it?
No, it's just around the corner from the showroom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Martins. It's been very nice meeting you.
Goodbye, Sally. Will I see you tomorrow?
Aren't you going back to your ship?
No, there's been a delay loading cargo. So another day in the big city. How about lunch tomorrow?
Lunch? You know where to find me.
Yeah, I'll call you at the showrooms.
Okay, ready?
Let's hope it works.
Hello? Who's there?
Oh, what? Shut up.
Costard!
Governor. We got all the stuff. We got to get out of here.
You maniac! You killed her.
I had no option. She was down there. She recognized
Get
me.
her out of the window. Go on.
There's someone out there. We heard them.
Hurry up, Costard.
I've got a record. I'll get years.
You'll be lucky if that's all you get.
There's somebody coming in at the back. I'll fix him.
Give me that knife. Give me that knife. He's not dead.
He's as good as.
You fool.
But he's the Yank who's been chasing Sally Meadows.
I know.
Then let me finish him off.
I said no. Now listen. Get rid of the girl. Use the van. But get that dress off her and destroy it. Can you drive?
Hmm? Yeah. Yes, I can. Hey, now look. You're not going to drag me into this.
You're in it up to your neck. Put this American into my car. Here's the ignition key. Now, this is what you do. Give me the police. Hello. Is that the police? I want to report that my car has been stolen.
11, you'll find it somewhere up there. Yes. And where is it you should wear? Hello? Yes, she's here. Just a moment. Sally, this is for you.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, this is for you.
Hello?
And under this, you will
Yes, sister.
in the black and the red and the gold petticoat. You know?
It's not...
Yes, this is.
Oh, I see.
It's a little long. Should you go to Elsie?
Yes, I'll try to get round right away.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I hope it is not bad news.
It's a friend of mine. He's been rather badly injured in a car crash.
A friend of yours? The young man I saw you with yesterday?
Yes, and they'd rather like me to go round straight away.
All right. But don't stay there all morning.
Thank you.
Sally, I hope he is not badly hurt, your friend.
Thank you, Madame Dupont.
What's the matter?
We must make a good impression on the police, mustn't we?
Police.
I expect they've come to ask about your accident.
Don't waste any time, do they?
They never do, but we keep them in their place. With us, the patient's welfare comes first, no matter what he's been up to.
That's nice to know.
We had a murderer here once. He was in this very bed. He was at death's door when they brought him in, but we managed to pull him round. I think I can say we saved his life.
And then what happened?
Oh, he was hanged.
And how are you this morning, Mr. Martins?
You're kidding, of course.
Thank you, sister.
Well, now, Mr. Martins, we won't take up any more time of yours than is necessary. Oh, by the way, I'm Chief Inspector Duncan. This is Detective Sergeant Anderson. I don't know how much you remember about it, but you must have been going rather fast when you hit that wall last night.
You can say that again.
You do remember you were in a car, do you?
Yeah, I kind of remember waking up in a car just before it hit the wall.
Yes, you were found in the driver's seat of a crash-stolen car, the property of a Mr. Kingsley Beecham.
Yeah, that seems to ring a bell. That's it. Beecham's showroom, she's dead.
Who's dead?
Diane Lee.
But there's been no report about this today, has there?
No, sir. Her picture's all over the paper this morning wearing the Grantwick diamonds.
Well, then you'd better get with it and stop wasting your time here. I tried to help. That's how I got in this mess.
Yes, but let's take one thing at a time, shall we? And first of all, let's find out what happened to you last night.
Don't worry about me. Just get in touch with the American consul. Fine thing. The guy's first night in London sees a girl with a knife in her back and tries to help him, gets slugged for his pains.
Yes, most unfortunate. We wouldn't be bothering you now, Mr. Martins, except that we feel that there may be some connection between Mr. Beecham's car and a jewel robbery we're investigating.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I didn't steal any jewels.
No. Of course, a bracelet was found in your pocket, but no doubt you can account for it.
You're darn right I can. I got it from...
Yes, Mr. Martins?
You've been here rather a long time, Inspector. The patient is supposed to be resting.
I'm so sorry, sister, yes. Well, I hope we won't have to disturb you anymore, Mr. Martins. Too soon?
Well, excuse me, Inspector. The knife Mr. Martin said he saw on the lady's back.
Oh, yes. You think it might be something like that?
I don't know. It was pretty dark at the time. Why?
Well, there's nothing criminal about it, of course, but this was found in your pocket, too.
Inspector?
I'm so sorry, sister. So sorry.
Just thought I'd take your temperature before your next visitor.
Visitor?
Well, what do you make of him, Sam?
Well, he's either a bit light-headed, sir, or he's putting on a pretty good act. That story about a woman with a knife in her back was a bit much, I thought.
Oh, we'll soon find out about that.
You going to put him in on the Grantwick jewelry robbery?
No, not yet. He can only be the chap who's used to take the stuff out of the country to America.
He could lead us to the others.
Look, I just want you to wait here today. It's visiting day. And if he has any visitors, I want to know all about it.
Right.
Don't worry about getting back to your ship.
I'm not worried about my ship. It's my neck.
Well, it could have been much worse.
It is. Look, remember I told you my brother was going to marry Diane Lee?
Yes.
Well, for the engagement, my mother sent over an old ruby bracelet, sort of an heirloom. Sort of valuable by our family standards.
And that's what all the mystery was about.
Yeah. Well, after Jack's death, Mother wanted the bracelet back. Diane gave it to me last night at the Jamaica. Well, the police found it in my pocket. They think I stole it.
They couldn't.
Well, they keep talking about a jewel robbery.
Jewel robbery? Oh, don't tell me they think that Diane gave you the Grantwick diamonds.
The what?
The diamonds Diane was wearing in the showroom yesterday. You saw them.
Yeah, so?
Well, they were stolen from Beecham's office last night. It's all in the papers.
Brother. This thing gets worse. Wasn't there anything in the paper about Diane Lee?
No. Oh, just pictures of her in a gold lame dress.
Then you don't know either.
No, what?
Sally, Diane Lee was murdered last night. The police don't believe me. As soon as they find out, they'll link me with the murder.
It's impossible.
No, it isn't impossible. Don't you see they tie me in with a robbery already? It's a frame. But somebody's trying to frame me.
Oh, that's nonsense in this country.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. A thing like this can't happen in England. A thing like this can happen anywhere. It's just like getting knocked down by a bus. It never happens to you. It always happens to the other guy. I got news for you. This time I'm the other guy. I'm in trouble. Sally, you mustn't get involved in this.
I'm involved already.
I wonder if you'd have said that if none of this had ever happened.
Not unless you'd said it first, anyway.
It was scheduled for about lunchtime today. Lunchtime. I gotta get out of here.
Don't worry. The police are bound to clear you in the long run.
In the long run? So in the long run, they don't prove anything against me. Look, Sally, these things are always muddy, and mud sticks. I was hoping to get a ship of my own next trip. If I get dragged into court on a charge of murder and robbery, why, they wouldn't sign me on as a deckhand.
Who is it? Wait a minute. Did you get them?
As much as we need.
How long will it take to get the Grantwick diamonds into these settings?
Pod's got an expert waiting to do the job. He'll work all night if I tell him.
You'll have to. Tomorrow we'll be in Amsterdam. The models can get ready here in the morning. The plane leaves at noon. If nothing goes wrong.
I told you, they won't find the girl's body for days. When they do, they'll pin it on the yank. That'll give us plenty of time to get safely out of the country.
It all looks a bit too easy.
Money for old rope.
Did you destroy that dress?
What do you think I am, stupid?
I wonder how stupid or how bright that American is.
Why worry? He's wrapped up neat and tidy in hospital with the cops for company.
Oh, I thought you'd never get here.
Neither did I, and I got to rush straight back. Annabelle, go and keep an eye on the ward sister.
Right.
Is the detective still out there?
Yes.
Change the subject quickly. The ward sister's coming.
Oh, I still don't understand about baseball.
Yeah, well, I'm not a professional player, but I'm a big fan.
Well, are you a batsman or a bowler?
Oh, you mean a pitcher or a batter? They tell me I pitch a mean ball.
That's the bell for the visitors to leave.
I still think cricket's much more relaxing. What do you mean by a meatball?
Don't answer that question. She's gone.
What do I do now?
Well, when you get out of here, go straight to the flat. Annabelle, you better go and take care of Scotland Yard.
Right.
What do you mean, take care?
Oh, it means that, you know, she'll drop her handbag or something.
Oh, just a minute, miss.
Yes?
Have you been visiting Mr. Martin?
Oh, yes.
Well, then perhaps you wouldn't mind giving me a few particulars.
Oh, not at all.
I'll start with your name and address.
Well, my name is Annabelle Meadows. I
Excuse
never...
me. Just a minute.
They picked up the Yankee in the car. I wish I'd never touched this job.
3,000 quid.
And the rest of my life in jail. That Yank's gonna talk. What do you think the police are doing, playing patience?
3,000 quid, Pod.
Look, there's only one or two of us in my class. The police know us all. They're bound to get to me sooner or later.
Well, what about 6,000 quid, eh?
What are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? Bringing that stuff in here?
I'm going to make things easy for you, Pod, if you play along with me.
What do you mean 6,000? Beecham said 3.
And I said 6. And a free trip to Amsterdam.
What about Beecham?
Beecham's chartered an aeroplane. Now, there's going to be plenty of room on it.
Yeah, but I still don't see.
There's a lot you don't see, Pod.
No. We have a cat. What? We have not a cat? You have a cat? Oh, Sally, this man is crazy. You come and talk to him. Cat, I don't know what he's talking about.
Hello? Can I help you? Oh, a Siamese cat. Sounds like a body falling in the river. Yes, that's this address. Oh, where are you phoning from? Just a moment. Chertsey Lock. By the bridge. Ask for Mr. Bodie. I'll send someone along right away. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, thank goodness. Mr. Beecham's cat's been found somewhere near Chertsey Lock. There's the address.
Now perhaps we can get some work done.
Hello, David. This is Sally. Look, I think we're onto something. Can you find your way to Chertsey Lock? It's near Staines.
I don't know. I told you. He said he heard a splash like a body falling in the water, but it was just your cat. Now, do you want your cat or don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, here's the address.
Send Costard to me, will you?
Very well.
I was saying it's a black mark for me, sir. I mean, I was supposed to be looking after those diamonds.
I'm quite sure that the police will realize that you did your best.
Oh, I'm not so sure, sir. I'm going right to see him now, as a matter of fact. And do you know what I'm going to tell him?
No, Mr. Bullock.
I'm going to tell him it was an inside job.
Oh. Was it, Mr. Bullock?
It was, sir. And how do I come to that conclusion? A, an American's found in your stolen car, correct? B, a same American was seen in your salon yesterday on very friendly terms with 2 of your employees. C, one of those employees, Miss Lee, has conveniently disappeared, pro tem. D, the other one, Miss Meadows, she's been popping in and out of this building all day. No, it's an inside job, all right.
It's not the kind of thing one likes to believe, Mr. Bullock, but you may be right. I'm very grateful to you. Custard, you may be interested to learn that my cat with my address on its collar was found near the river this morning by a gentleman who said he heard a splash like a body falling in the river.
Your cat?
I suppose you took him along for the ride.
I didn't know he was in the van.
You better bring him back, Custard. Now.
Oh, sir, I wouldn't have bothered about any old stray cat, sir. But I could tell this was valuable when I see it had a Mayfair address on its collar. Of course, it's not my idea.
No, here, something for your trouble.
Oh, there's no need to do that, sir.
You say you heard a splash?
Yes, sir. You never think a little animal like this can make a noise like that?
No. Did you look in the water?
No, I don't think it was the cat.
You don't? Why?
The cat was bone dry.
So, what made the splash?
Oh, you never can tell with them teenagers. Carry on something shocking after dark, sir. Well, I could tell you stories that'd make you... Look, he'd seen a ghost, didn't he? He wouldn't like this cottage at night, sir. Why, after dark,
Yeah,
sir...
thanks a lot, Dad. I'll see you around, huh?
Oh, aye, sir. Hey, look at this. Wait a minute. Come back. Come back here.
We've sent out a description of the American, sir. He can't get far.
He got past you, didn't he?
Oh, I say, that's a bit below the belt, sir. After
Just
all...
a minute. Duncan here. What? Where? In the river near Chertsey, the body of a woman. Yes, did you? I see. All right, we'll write down. Hear that?
Diane Lee?
No identification, but she appears to have what looks like a stab wound in the back.
Oh, we've got her description, sir. She was reported missing this morning.
And there's also something about a Canadian or an American and a cat.
David Martins, I'll bring him in if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll let him run till I tell you to bring him in. Oh, by the way, I want that Miss Sally Meadows here for questioning.
Yes, sir. Oh, and do you think it'd be of any value if I brought the sister along, too?
Sergeant Anderson, keep in mind on your work.
Yeah.
That cop must be getting tired. Been standing out there for hours.
Are you sure that it was our chauffeur that hit you?
No, it was Custard, all right.
Custard.
Costard, Schmostard, he hit me. As soon as I saw him out there by the river this afternoon, I knew. And believe me, he knew I knew. I wonder why Beecham would give a guy like that a job.
Well, these people come from an agency. He's very efficient.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
He must have had something to do with the jewel robbery.
He was up to his neck. I'd sure like to get a hold of that guy.
David, why don't you go to the police?
Look, they've got nothing on Costard. They could throw the whole book at me.
Then let me go to the police.
Well, what could you tell them?
Well, I could show them Beecham's cat.
A lot of good that would do.
I'm sure that I could convince them that you had nothing to do with it. You're stubborn and pig-headed, but you're obviously honest.
Look, flattery will get you nowhere. And what makes you think they'd believe you?
Well, let me talk to Kingsley Beecham.
Yeah. He might have an angle on Costard.
He's always been a jolly good boss. At least I could warn him about his chauffeur.
I'll go see him right now.
Hey, but you said that I was...
Look, I shouldn't have gotten you messed up in this in the first place. You think I'd... The police car. I'll go up to the basement.
Good evening.
Good evening. If you're looking for Mr. David Martins, he's not here. You can look inside.
Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Meadows, it's you we've come to see. Inspector Duncan would much appreciate it if you'd come down to the office to have a word with him. Of course, you're not obliged to, but...
Yes, sir. Of course I will.
Sally.
It's all right, Annabelle. If you'll just wait a few moments, I'll get my handbag.
I'm telling you, Diane Lee was killed in your showrooms last night. I saw her there, right in the window. And your chauffeur's mixed up in this somehow. And in the diamond robbery.
You've told the police this, of course.
Don't you understand? I've been framed by Costard. You know, he's dangerous. Dangerous to you, too, Beecham. But you're sure he tried to kill me. And I'm pretty certain he killed Diane.
What makes you so positive it was Costard?
I caught a glimpse of him last night, just before I went out for the count. And I saw him again today down by the river. A place called Chertsey.
Oh, so you've been to Chertsey?
Yeah. Yeah, I just told you that's where I saw him, and that's where the police should start looking.
You're so right, Mr. Martins. That's where the police have started looking. Diane Lee's body was found in the river at Chertsey this afternoon. The police said something about an American having been seen in that part of the world. I really think you should pay a call on the police. Shall I tell them that you're on your way to see them?
I'm sorry you wouldn't listen to me, Beecham. Don't say I didn't warn you about Costard.
He didn't speak very highly of you, did he, Costard?
You should have let me fix him last night.
I think for once you may be right. We better have Mr. Martins out of the way, at least till we're safely in Amsterdam. Which reminds me, as Pod will be traveling with us, do see that he's suitably dressed.
So I take Pod to the tailor's and rub out the American, eh?
Rub out. Let's not be crude. Something subtle, something that looks like suicide.
That's going to be dead easy, isn't it? I don't even know where to find him. You've just let him stroll out of here. He could be anywhere in London by now.
He's on the run, Costard. Who does he know?
Sally Meadows.
Exactly. I'll get the girls out of the way. Sally? She's what? Gone to the police station. What's she been up to? Well, don't worry, Annabelle. If necessary, I'll talk to the police myself. Meanwhile, I've got some rather exciting news for you. Can you dine with me tonight?
Yes. What, me for Amsterdam? Oh, I'd love to. Well, yes, my passport's up to date. Dinner? Now? Well, yes. Yes? Well, it won't take me a minute to change. The Jamaica. Right away. Well, I'll come as I am. Yes. Bye.
If I understand you correctly, Miss Meadows, you only met this gentleman yesterday, and yet you're prepared to come here and vouch for his character.
But, Inspector, you don't have to know someone for years before you...
No, I quite take your point, Miss Meadows.
I'm convinced that he's innocent.
What did I ever say he was guilty? I only say he's behaving very stupidly.
I agree with you.
Well, that's something, anyway.
Put yourself in his position. If he's charged...
I haven't charged him with anything.
He wants to clear himself before you do.
Well, the best way he can clear himself is to come here and tell me everything he knows.
It doesn't sound very convincing, but... Well, he...
Yes, I know. He's been framed.
You needn't sound so cynical. It can happen, you know. And in this case, it has.
Turn round. Round.
Oh.
Madeline, I told you on the phone I had to go out.
Then you will have to be late.
It's unlike you to make all this fuss. I, too, am heartbroken about Diane Lee.
She modeled many of our collection. We knew her well. One does not merely shrug one's shoulders and say, whoa, get another model.
You need a drink.
Kingsley, who murdered Diane?
The American?
I do not think so.
But Costard saw him at Chertsey where they found the body.
I do not trust Costard. He is insolent and dishonest. And yet you are taking him to Amsterdam. Why don't you let me cancel this Amsterdam affair?
The show in Amsterdam will prove that we have confidence in our future.
Do not give me this publicity handout, Kingsley. You are not even convincing yourself, and that is unusual. Oh, I hope you have done nothing foolish. 10 years ago, I was able to help you.
I've learned a lot in 10 years.
You have learned nothing. You are still quite capable of taking what looks like the easy way.
Let's talk about it when I get back from Amsterdam.
If you come back from Amsterdam.
You don't honestly think that I'd leave you holding the baby?
I can, and I do. I no longer have any illusions left about you. And none about myself. If I could have controlled my emotions in the same way as I've controlled your business, I would have left you years ago.
Come with me to Amsterdam. Then if we feel like staying on.
Oh, no, Kingsley. Now I look after myself. I do not know what you have done. I do not want to know. All I ask is that you sign this letter I gave you this afternoon.
And sign away all my interests in the firm to you.
But you come back from Amsterdam, I destroy the letter.
And if I refuse?
Then I shall go to the police.
And tell them what?
About your financial affairs. About what happened 10 years ago. About your association with Costard.
Then, just to make you happy, there. I'd signed it anyway.
Thank you. And now good night.
What about that drink? Huh?
Thank you, no. I have much work to do. Oh, by the way, if anything unfortunate should occur to me...
What do you mean?
Oh, I do not know what you have in mind. But if I should meet with an accident, I have arranged for my information to reach the police.
Good. Good, splendid, most ingenious, Costard. I congratulate you. No, don't worry about that. It'll keep them busy until we've gone. The plane leaves at noon, so get the stuff here early. Your sister's always seemed such a sensible girl. I'm surprised she got mixed up with this American.
Oh, he's a dream. I'm sure he's innocent.
Let's hope that all his worries will soon be over.
Let's hope.
Anyway, we're not here to discuss your sister or her boyfriend.
I know. You want to talk about me?
I find me much more fascinating.
Oh, go on. Do tell.
Some other time. First, we've got to sort out what you're going to wear in Amsterdam.
Yes. You know, I feel awful about the whole business.
Don't worry about Sally. I called the police. It's only routine questioning.
Oh, I mean, I feel rotten about poor Diane.
Well, we all do that. We can't cancel the trip now, though, can we?
I suppose not. I'm sure you have a very good reason for going to Amsterdam.
The hotel is now ready, sir.
Thank you so much.
Annabelle?
David! David! David!
They're still there.
Why didn't they just knock on the door and ask for you?
Oh, they don't want to take me. They just want to tail me.
I wish you'd stayed in bed. The doctor said you couldn't get up until tomorrow.
I wish George would hurry up and get here.
And that idea about George coming round and swapping clothes with David was crazy.
No, I don't know. Maybe something in it.
Are you mad? George's trousers wouldn't even come down to your knees.
I look pretty good in Bermuda shorts. How else am I going to get out of here without them tailing me?
David, look, why didn't you just go round to the police and tell them about Custer?
Look, nobody saw him hit me again last night. I got no more proof now than I had then. I gotta get 5 minutes alone with that jerk.
You've had 5 minutes alone with him before.
That is unfair. I owe Mr. Coster something. I'd like to settle up personally. Anyway, he's gonna be out of the country in a few hours.
But he's a murderer.
Look, don't worry, will you?
Here's George.
But, David, I am worried.
Now, look, somehow I have to get to Costard. I'll meet you at the airport at 11:30. If I'm not there by then, you can call the police.
Tell him to look for an American with a knife in his back.
Oh, you're playing it for laughs this morning. I'll be careful. Well, don't you believe me?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Now, look, last night you said that...
I didn't say I believed you. I said I loved you.
Good morning. Yes, I hear you've been having trouble with the natives. How are you feeling?
Oh, smashing, old boy. Absolutely smashed.
Fine. Look, here's the plan. The police have seen one fashion photographer enter the building. They'll see one fashion photographer, leave it.
Good.
George, you'll never get away with it.
I've been thinking.
Oh, Di, not now.
No, I'm serious. I'm sure that Kingsley Beecham has got something to do with this business. That's why he invited me out to dinner last night.
Why?
Well, so he could get us girls out of the way.
Well, that may be, but I have no time for Beecham now. Costard's still my man.
Well, where's your car?
Look, it's outside. I've got a taxi ticking over. All you have to do is get out and walk straight into it.
Good. Look, you people go first.
Right.
Oh, and George, thanks a lot.
Anything for a laugh.
Madam, I shouldn't be wearing these.
Kingsley, Claire wants to know if she...
I don't want to be bothered with details. Get her out of here. Go downstairs.
All right. Don't get excited. She only wanted to know if she was to wear jewelry with number 42. It's quite unsuitable, of course, with a dinner gown, yes.
They all must wear jewelry. They'll be photographed when they leave and when they arrive.
That makes it worse. Number 42 will look wonderful in vogue, plastered all over with costumes.
Madeline, once and for all. When I say that...
Our agreement is that designing is my business.
Madeline, darling, forgive me. As you know, I'm very worried. This business of the paste jewels, it's only a publicity tie-up. You understand. Sometimes one has to be vulgar for publicity. Pod? What the devil are you doing? The stuff should have been here an hour ago. Put me on to Costard.
It's all right, don't worry. It's just that the job's taken a bit longer than I thought, that's all. Now, it'll be all right. We'll get the stuff to you, even if we have to bring it to the airport. Did you hear that? He's getting a bit windy.
Well, we're not scared, are we, Pod?
Yeah, I still don't see why you couldn't talk to him yourself. I don't like him. He's too smooth.
That's all part of his stock in trade. Which reminds me, you better hurry up and change.
Oh, look, I don't feel right in all that clobber.
Well, you better look right. You're supposed to be executive in charge of accounts and travelling arrangements.
Yeah, I hope everything's going to be all right.
Why shouldn't it?
No, you're too cocky by half, you are.
That's what my wife always says.
Which one's that?
You trying to be funny. Betty, of course. You know Betty.
Yeah, you haven't told her.
You think I'm off my rocker.
Mrs. Costard?
Who are you?
I'm an acquaintance of your husband.
What kind of acquaintance?
Well, we've been pretty close a couple of times. I want to talk to him.
Well, he's out.
Oh, really? Well, that's funny. He wasn't due at the airport until noon.
Airport? What airport? I don't know anything about airports.
No, I didn't think you did. He's on his way to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam? Look, who are you? You tell me the coppers have started hiring Americans now.
Suppose I answer that inside. First, I'm not a cop. But I'm sure Coster's booked a one-way ticket to Amsterdam.
Dirty little timer.
Where'd you get the dress?
I found it.
Oh? Well, it cleaned up nicely, didn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll be telling that to a judge.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. Costa doesn't tell me a thing.
Don't bloodstains tell you anything? Or don't you mind wearing a dead woman's dress?
But I wasn't going to wear it. I was going to burn it like he told me to. I just wanted to see what it looked like on.
I want to know who that is. You understand?
Hello? Yes. It's Beach.
Tell him Custard's here. Tell him.
Yes, I'll get him.
Hello, Governor?
What are you doing there, Custard? The plane leaves in less than an hour. It's too late to come to the office now. Was there enough costume jewelry to do the job? You got it with you? Right. Get straight out to the airport.
Righto. Bye.
Hey, there's a copper outside. I can't let him see me in this dress. What am I going to do?
Maybe that's your headache.
Passengers for TAM Air Flight 495 to Brussels are advised that the aircraft has been delayed. TAM Air regrets the delay and inconvenience to passengers.
For heaven's sake, George, if I'd known it was going to take so long, I'd never have asked for the photograph.
I told you this flight's absolutely impossible.
You've taken pictures in worse.
This is colour, look. Look, I'm almost at the bottom of the scale. The reading below this says, don't push your luck. Well, let's go outside. I've got it. We'll take one of all the girls standing on a wing.
Look, George, I hate to curb your inventiveness, but I want these pictures here and now.
I can't stall him much longer.
I know. David should have been here a quarter of an hour ago. Well, don't worry, he'll make it. Yes, but George can't play around like this all day.
Someone's missing.
Oh, Annabelle, quickly.
Passengers for TAM Air Flight 495 to Brussels are advised that the aircraft has been delayed. TAM Air regrets the delay and inconvenience to passengers.
Hold it.
What are they messing about for? Why can't we get on the plane?
Relax, the stuff's through all right. We're laughing.
Just one more. No, George, that's enough. Now, come on, girls, hurry up. Pick up your bags and don't leave anything behind. Hurry up.
Will Mr. Kingsley Beecham and party please prepare to board the aircraft? Will all passengers...
David, thank goodness you're here. George has done all he can, but they're about to leave now.
Oh, they won't get far. I finally got the goods on them. There's some people outside who were just about to leave with 60,000 pounds worth of stolen diamonds. It's a charter flight number...
You've been very busy since we last met, Mr. Martins.
Well, I'm glad one of us has. You're letting a murderer and the diamonds slip out of the country right under your nose. The girls are wearing the Grantwick diamonds.
Really? Oh, we must consult the experts. Mr. Bullitt, would you...
Well, take another look if you like. Come on, Mr. Ransom.
You got here very quickly from Costard's place.
Well, then you must know about the gold dress. Why haven't you picked Costard up?
Well, there's a time and a place for everything, you know.
Will Mr. Kingsley Beecham and party, please prepare to board
Tell me
the
now,
aircraft.
Mr. Martins, there's one or two things I'd...
Oh, now, wait a minute. you don't still think I'm mixed up in this thing?
Did I ever say you were, Mr. Martins?
Look, Inspector.
All right, girl. Let's have one for the...
No, George, that's enough. Now, what's Bullock come back for? Quick, get that onto the plane.
The charter flight to Amsterdam will depart in 3 minutes precisely.
So I figured he'd either be Pod or Coster who threw the...
Will passengers for Amsterdam
Get over there.
please have their boarding cards?
Come on.
Go on. Throw that gun away. You won't get away with it.
I can try. You can only hang me once.
Waiting for the...
Excuse me. You didn't think we'd fall for an old one like costume jewelry, did you? We're a bit more fly than that, you know. Now, Mr. Bullock.
Oh, yes, sir. Very sorry, Inspector.
Huh?
I'm afraid these are paste, too.
Pod, that dirty little double-crosser.
Hold it, Granny. Could you use this one, Inspector?
Well, I'm very, very grateful to you, yes. Come on, Pod. Come on, let's have 'em. Now, these are paste. I'd better retire. Mr. Bullock, what do you think of them?
Oh, it's all right, Inspector. You won't have to. These are the real thing, all right. I'll just check they're all there.
Take him to the office. We'll get all their statements later. Right. Right, Mr. Bullock.
Well, that's Amsterdam, that was.
But never mind. How about this weekend at Brighton? Oh, not that way. Unless you want a very long holiday.
Coming, you two?
Hey, Annabelle, wait for me. I just...
Do you want me, Inspector?
Why, no, not now. We'll require a routine statement from you in a day or two.
Good. A day or two? Oh, well, look, I'm AWOL for my ship already.
AWOL?
Yeah, AWOL.
Oh, adrift. Well, don't you worry about that. The yard will fix it with your company. Oh, by the way, sir, I've got something of yours here.
Oh, yes.
Now, we'll require a receipt when you come and see us. Huh?
Sure. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Well, goodbye. Goodbye, now.
Bye. Oh, I hope he can square it. I'd rather tackle Costard again than face my skipper in a charge of being AWOL.
Oh, I can see that.
What? Now, look, don't get me wrong. I love being with you. You know that. It's just that I like it to be legal.
You bet your darned life it's going to be legal.
Oh, I did. Oh, now, look, I don't mean what you mean, I mean, it's just that, well, legally I should be on my ship. I don't...